More than a that, more than a that.
Welcome to More Than a Dad podcast. I'm your host, Dre Moore. I got my guy, Lou Mobley here.
What's good?
And today, we got real special guest, my guy, rapper, father, you know what I'm saying? The man, the myth, the legend, Malcolm Taylor, here with us today. How you doing, bro?
Thank you, man. That was a crazy intro, man. That was crazy.
Right, you really my dog. You know, like I remember when you was Take Off Mizzy, dog. You know what I'm saying? On the Super come up, like early raps, bro. I'm just proud of where you at. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate that, man. Take off Mizzy.
So we usually pop it off. Usually on our episodes, we start off like with how's dad life. So how's dad life?
It's the best, honestly, man. I feel like it's something new, something exciting every day. You know what I'm saying? I honestly feel like I learned a lot from him.
You learn true. That's a fact. Kids definitely be like you learn things about yourself you never knew. You know what I'm saying? Like dealing with your kids and all of that.
I feel like the most thing I'm learning is patience.
True that.
Patience,
Yeah, so I don't know a lot, bro. Listen, I'm a fan. We got a lot of mutual friends. So
Yeah.
this is like one of my first like in-person interactions with you. So I'm gonna have to just dive deep from the jump.
Dive right in.
Listen, man. So just like let's just jump into like some of your upbringing. Like what kind of like household were you raised in?
Raised in grandma's house. You know, usually in our community, grandmom is the one that hold it down.
Right.
So grandmom and my mom. Grew up, you know what I mean, without my dad. I want to say like the first 8 years. You know what I mean, he was incarcerated. And then my mom got married. So I say around that time I grew up in a 2-parent household. Pretty cool. And things took a drastic change after that, you know what I mean? But for the most part, I ended up reconnecting with my dad like around like 12 or 13. Ended up living with him. And kind of like living with him is like, I could tell he was excited because it gave him another chance to reconnect with me. And yeah, that's basically it, man. Went to school in Kensington. Every time I say that to people, they be like, Kensington? What, you know what I'm saying? You look at Kensington on the news, it's really like that. So like going to school, it wasn't as bad, but like walking Somerset, real deal, had to step over needles.
Right.
I mean, to get to school. You know what I mean?
For all the listeners that are not from Philly, like real life zombies live in Kensington, like the Walking Dead for real.
Yeah.
That's a fact. Yeah, it's definitely zombie land. Since you already was speaking on like a tragic turn, you know, you lost your mom at an early age. So can you like describe that situation for us? Speak to that for us.
That situation changed my life. It was like life changing. So like Thanksgiving Day, the whole family over. Step pop and my mom, they going through relationship issues. And she invited them over for Thanksgiving. And from what I know, they went upstairs and had a conversation. Conversation then turned to an argument. Argument then turned to gunshots going off.
Right.
He shot her twice, then turned around and shot himself while the whole family downstairs.
Wow.
So like, yeah, that's what happened, man. And that changed my life drastically in every way. You know what I mean?
So like how you think you know like you deal with that? Like with that like reality? Like how did you process that situation like in that moment? I mean, I know you're a kid still in that moment, but how you process that?
Yeah, how old were you doing that?
12 going on 13. Yeah, my little brother was 9. that was his dad.
Right.
So he lost two parents in one, you know what I'm saying, on that holiday. But for me to process that, I think I didn't process it.
Right.
I think to this day I'm still processing it. I felt like it was a dream. I wanted it to be a dream, honestly. Yeah, I used to just try to sleep it away, cry it away, and yeah, I think for a long time I didn't deal with it. I just pushed it all the way to the rare end of my brain.
Right.
Just try to forget, but it's definitely something that you can't forget.
Yeah, that's a fact. And like, so like, as far as you like get with your little brother, like, do you feel like you had to take on like more like a leadership role for him in that way?
Yeah, definitely. Him growing up without his father, you know what I mean? The streets end up raising him. You know what I mean? I had my dad. My dad offered, you know what I mean, to take him in, but he don't know that, man. So he like, I'm gonna stay with my grandma. And like, definitely try to take on the leadership role, but at the end of the day, I'm not his dad.
Right.
And so a lot of times I was put in situations where it's meant for adults.
Right.
And I'm making decisions for him, consulting with his grandma. And when I look back on it now, like, I shouldn't have been making those type of decisions, trying to guide him through life because I was still a child. So, yeah, it's just a lot to process. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Just growing up fast.
So what do you think the biggest difference is going from living with your mom to living with your dad?
A different type of love. Dad's more of a tough love, throw you to the woods, you learn on your own, which you need your dad for that. But
Right.
also you need that nurturing side also. And I think that was the biggest difference. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm in the mix now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm
Right.
really in the mix.
Yeah, bro. No, so like, how did you juggle like once you was there? Like, how often did you see your little brother?
I tried to at least see him every weekend, but by the time I got like 16, I'm so far gone. I'm in the basketball. I'm in the girls. I'm into the streets. This before I even picked up a mic. I'm so far gone. I'm not even. Not that I forgot that I had a little brother, but I'm just being exposed to everything, and that's what I'm tapped into.
Do you think like have y'all ever like bonded over losing mom or like going through that? So like like once y'all were separated, did y'all ever like reconnect or like bond over that?
We definitely reconnected, but bonded over that, no. I try to remind him once in a while, like when we go through things, like really we all we got as far as like our immediate family. Like it's just really me and you. So for us to be going through any problems, they don't make no sense. But like bonded over that, no. Like I said, I pushed it to the rear. I think he pushed it to the out of his brain.
Right.
Mind you, he was 9, so he probably don't even really remember their personalities like that.
Right. I don't remember much of it.
Yeah, so it's kind of difficult probably to bond over that for him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I just was curious. Like, did you feel like you said you pushed it to the rear of your brain, he pushed it out of his brain. I didn't want I was curious to know like, did you feel like you went through it alone, or did y'all feel like y'all went through it together?
I'm gonna say alone.
Alone?
Honestly, yeah.
How did you feel like? Did the family like rally for you guys? Like, did grandma and I don't know if you have aunts and uncles. Like, did the family try to come together and like put their hands on y'all and make sure y'all was good?
First couple months, but that's it. That's it. I mean, I remember probably like after the funeral, aunts, cousins, like kind of like ransacking the crib and coming to get his clothes, coming to get her clothes, trying to make a come up. Oh yeah, oh, she had all the bags, let's go get the bags. Oh, what crazy jackets are, oh, he got the minks, let's go in his closet, let's go grab the minks, his sneaks and his jerseys and all that. So just me watching that, and I'm like, damn, like they ain't asked us to be one nothing.
Right.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it was more like selfish, what can I gain? And it's probably the first time I'm saying this, so if they ever watch it, they probably be like, damn.
Yeah, I don't think people be thinking about that. Like they kind of just be locked into, I guess, whatever they on. Because like it was kind of like the same thing. Like when my dad died, like you get people check on you for about a week, 2 weeks. Like what you need anything, I'm there for you. And the time goes on, and it's like you just hear from people less and less and less. So it's like the same scenario. Yeah.
Exactly, just like that.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, and yeah, it's crazy.
But what is our expectation in that though? Like, I guess you were a kid though, right? So like you wasn't even barely a teenager. So what is what would be our reasonable expectation of our family in that scenario?
At least to me, at least like check in monthly, maybe if that. And not even asking a lot. Like I know you can't replace my parent for me, so I'm not gonna ask you to try to do that. But make sure I'm cool at least a month to like once a month.
I mean, that's a great question. I think back then I had no expectations.
Right.
I think it's just me getting older, looking back, like, damn, where was the fam at for real, for real?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It don't have to be money or nothing like that. It could just be, like he said, checking up, words of encouragement. You cool? You know what I mean? Because that's a mental thing that's happening to you too.
Right.
As far as like, I mean, the pain that you're going through, but it's really a mental thing.
What is the reasonable expectation of how long somebody's grieving in that?
I mean, it depends though, because like you might be like, I was more cool when my dad first died versus today. I feel like I grieve it more today now than I did when it happened. Right. So when everybody checking in like, yo, you cool? Like, yeah, I'm all right. Like I'm dealing with it. Mm-hmm. Then once you have time to sit and process it and really act, like I said to you like not too long ago, like I really just realized like, damn, we really never gonna talk again. Like we really never gonna have a conversation again. Like I'm really never gonna see you. Like these are things that took me a year to come to the realization of that we never gonna do this again. And now I'm dealing with that, but the phone calls ain't happening to be like, yo, you cool? Yeah. Maybe it is somebody I want to vent to. Maybe it is somebody I want to talk to that's actually like knew my dad, that, you know, that could coach me through some of these things. It's just a different conversation, but those phone calls aren't there. And I'm not reaching out.
And that's why when you said earlier, you asked me, how did you process it back then? My response was, I'm processing it right now.
Right.
As transitioning and getting older and stuff like that.
Right, that's a fact. Because it is, because like that's your mom. So like as you get older, like at 13, like you probably got like little girls, but you're not really like dealing with them where you going through something and dealing with something where like if your mom was here, it's like, you know, like I'm dealing with whatever I'm dealing with, I could probably pick up the phone and call her or go see her and have a conversation with her about it. So like we do feel it more later on down the line. Like once you come across something like, hey, my dad really could help me with this or something like that.
Yeah, it'd be different. I just be like, I wish I could have those type of conversations.
Right.
Or I look at my son, I'll be like, I wish she had a chance to spoil him, hug him, whatever.
Right.
He had a chance to know her. You know what I mean? It affects so many things though. Like,
yeah, that's a fact.
It affects so many things. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm still processing it to this day, honestly.
No, that's real.
No, do you feel like as an adult man, like losing mom, like is there anything in particular you feel like because you didn't have that relationship as you were transitioning from teenage to young adult, do you feel like there's anything particular that you don't have like as a father or in your relationships?
I want to say don't have, but I would say losing your mom can have you searching for certain things in women that you didn't have a chance to get from her.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? So it can have you dating multiple women just because you didn't get the love and attention from your mom. Right. And if you one of those guys that's able to get that love and attention from women, you're going to go all the way with it.
Right.
You don't really know how it's affecting you until maybe you get some therapy or something.
Right.
You feel me? So I wouldn't say lacking anything in any relationships, but definitely like searching.
Looking for that.
And when you searching like that, you putting more pressure on the person that you might be in a relationship with. Right. Because she can't give you mom love.
Right.
You feel me? That's putting too much pressure on them.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean?
Since you just mentioned therapy, I had asked you the other day. Like we was having a brief conversation, but you said you didn't do like you was opposed to doing therapy when it happened. Like when your dad asked you about it. Any reason why you was opposed to doing it, or you just felt like you didn't?
That's me being a kid making adult decisions again.
Right. You feel-
Dad say you need to do therapy. It should have been you doing therapy. I shouldn't even had the chance to say no to that.
Right. Right.
You feel me?
That
So
makes sense.
I think that was my dad. Him finally reconnecting with me and not trying to be so strong on me at that time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not trying to push me away because he wanted me to be closer to him.
Okay. So you
So
just gonna rock with whatever you.
Yeah, wherever I'm at
Right.
at the time. But even if I didn't do it then, maybe 2 years down the line,
Right.
you got to go do that.
Do you think that he like, since he wasn't really like available to you prior to that as much, do you think that he even noticed the difference in you?
Yeah.
You think he
definitely.
noticed it for sure?
Yeah,
For sure.
definitely. I wouldn't say he wasn't around prior. Like, it was more like I go see my dad on the weekends, couple weeks in the summertime. But then when that happened, he just had to be the full parent all
Right.
around. And I know that was just a transition for him. Like,
Right.
like damn, this real.
It's different. True. Sure.
Did you got any siblings on that side?
On my dad's side,
Yeah.
man, my dad got like 9 kids. Man.
So when you went over there with other kids in the house?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm the oldest, so yeah.
So how was that?
Transition, but I loved it though. I had the chance to interact with my other siblings. Not all of them, because most of them was living with their moms, but the ones that were
He
there,
had something that was living with him.
yeah,
Okay.
I was able to connect with them and really be a big brother.
Right. Was there any animosity? No beef?
No, honestly, I feel like all my brothers and sisters look up to me in a way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they were just cool. Like, oh, Malcolm coming over here now. We good with it.
Exactly.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I'm the cool big brother.
So
That's what's up,
is
bro.
anything you take from your dad and your fatherhood now and your parenting?
Yeah. What I can say about my dad, he listens. So when my son going through something or he want to explain something, a lot of parents won't listen. It's like it's what I said. What I say go.
Right.
And I really try to listen to him, let him speak, let him get it all,
Right.
so I can really understand him
Right.
and know how to maneuver with him.
Okay.
But because you can't just be hard on kids all the time, especially not this day and age. A lot of these kids be having anxiety, all types of things that we don't even know about. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I really take from my dad, being a good listener.
That's true.
You know
That's
what I
true.
mean?
All right, well, since we at you as a parent, you know what I'm saying, we're going to shift gears and get into some of your parents and stuff. What's your favorite part about being a dad? That's easy.
Teaching.
Teaching.
Yeah, teaching, for sure. I feel like I just get a natural fulfillment out of that. When he was born, I was terrified. Like, yo,
I think we
really,
all are.
It's really a little me. Do I know? Am I going to know what to do?
Right.
You know what I mean? But the advice I would give any parent is no guidelines, there's no rules. Like, you're going to learn as you go.
Right.
And that's what I did. So the best thing I like about being a parent is really teaching.
That's it.
You know what I mean?
So your son is into basketball.
Yeah.
So what is that experience like for you?
Being as though like I used to play ball, I try not to do what my dad did to me because he used to play ball too. So I'm not trying. I don't want to put my expectations on my kid because our talents is different.
Right.
Right.
You know what I mean? Granted, he's talented. I think he's gonna be better than I ever was.
Right.
'Cause I started him out so young. But I think that's what I try not to do, like be so hard on him. Especially like at the time I was his coach. So you gotta let him make mistakes. You gotta let him
Right.
make mistakes, and that's what I'm learning. And that's what I said earlier in the podcast, learning how to be patient.
Right.
You know what I mean? Learn how to be patient.
Was it hard being his coach, like with the other kids and with him?
Yeah, because
You let him take all the shots?
Yo, that's how I know me and his game is different. I'm in like a natural point guard, so I'm looking for the pass. I'm looking for the assist. No, he want all the smoke. He want to take the last shot. He want to take the first. He want to pull from the three, knowing he can't shoot a three yet. Like that boy, he on go. So yeah, it was hard because just not taking him out the game because there wasn't no other scorers yet. But they at the age where they learning the game. So
You caught static about that from the other parents?
yeah, but when I talk to other parents, I got to be 100. If you want your son to get in the game, he will get time. But if you want him to get more time, can you please bring him to practice?
Right. So we could get him better.
Yes, I'm putting them out there. I'm putting her out there, and they don't know what to do. But if you come to practice,
You know what
Right.
to do.
we can get them right.
Right.
We can get them right.
That's a fact.
That's funny.
No, it was hilarious. What do you think is the most challenging thing about co-parenting? And like what advice would you have to give to somebody like in a co-parenting situation?
The most challenging thing,
Yes.
communication.
Okay.
I would say communication. And I only say that because both of the parents might not be on the same thought process.
Right.
You feel me? Because once you're not in the same house no more, dad can say, I wanted to go like this.
Right.
And mom can say, I wanted to go like this.
Right.
And that's where you bump heads. And sometimes people don't want to compromise. So, you know what I mean? It can get crazy sometimes. And I think when you want to correct the other parent, or maybe I shouldn't say correct, I maybe say give a suggestion on what we can do better to help him succeed or to help the child succeed.
Right.
Sometimes when you deliver the message, people would take it like you attacking their parenting skills.
Right.
And you don't want that because you're not really attacking it. You're just like, I just want everything to be on the same accord. So, I mean, everything could be easier for him or consistent for him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Do you think like I used to go through that like with Lil Dre mom, and like I kind of in my mind I was attributing to the fact like she don't really like me like that, so she don't want to hear me. Like, do you think that like for real? Do you think that like that plays a part? Like, do you think those things like if you was making like if y'all was living in a house together and you was making these suggestions, do you think they would go over the same way?
No.
Right.
Yeah, no. But that's when maturity come in.
Right.
It's not about if y'all like each other or not. Honestly, y'all play on the same team for the same goal.
That's a
To
fact.
raise this child to be able to make good decisions on his own when they're grown.
That's a fact.
That's what it's about.
Right.
Because you're not going to be here forever for him. So, yeah, let's play for the same team.
True that.
No, this is more than a dad. So I always wanted to know, like how do you juggle it all? Like, how do you juggle being dad, working, your music career? Like, how do you? What's your juggling act? Give us advice on that.
I think like a lot of times before I go to bed, I pick up my phone, go through my notes, and I just think about. I try to make a checklist of what I need to complete tomorrow, and I think that's the way I try to stay somewhat organized. Might not go that way, but at least by the time I get back in the bed, I can see what I checked off. All right, I got this done. I got this feature done. We done did workouts on dribbling. I done shipped out the shirts. So it's just basically like just creating a checklist. That's how I try to stay organized. I mean, it's tough though. It's super tough. I think half of the time I'll be sleepwalking. But I love it though. I'm not in a position to complain about that. I'm not in a position. That must have been a ghost. But I'm not in a position to complain. You know what I'm saying? I'll try to look at things like I get a chance to do it.
Right.
No, I mean, not like I gotta wake up, I gotta do it. No, I get a chance to do it. This really a blessing to be able to move freely like this and do what you love.
I think that's what inspired this whole platform is like we fathers first, and then it's like then it's like, yo, you provide, you work, then you got your interests and your relationships. Like you have to cater to so many parts of you. And like, how do you compartmentalize them things and make sure all them things are still nourished and are selling at the same time?
Making sure everything is running efficiently.
Right.
Yeah, like I struggle with it because like I go so hard at everything. So like if I took my 100% and I divided it across everything, that wouldn't be enough for me because like I'm only giving this 13%, this 13%. Like
Right.
it don't work for me in my head. So I'd be curious at how other dads are doing it. You know what I mean?
Right. That's a fact.
That's why a team is important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That's
why
a
a
time.
team is definitely important.
True that. We're gonna shift gears a little bit, get into some music stuff, but before we do that, so do you feel like Ian takes an interest in your music career?
Definitely.
For real?
But now he at the age where he's starting to understand the lyrics. And it'd be surprising, like, on the actual songs that he do like,
Right.
he'd be liking the more perspective, intellectual songs. Even though I know that's not the music that he listened to.
Right.
But he'd be like, yeah, put such and such song on. I'll be like, that's the one you like? Then I'll put it on. He know the words and all that. I'll be like, okay, so you liking the best of both worlds. You liking hip hop and you like the new wave.
Right.
And I can only appreciate that. I don't force no music.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Like, do you force them to like go? Because like sometimes we force our passions on our kids. Like,
I'll put a beat on. I'll be like, let me hear you flow. He be like, no, that ain't me. That ain't me. That ain't me. But I mean, he grew up in the studio. He been in the studio since maybe 7 months.
right.
I'm trying to go to the studio. I'll bring the car seat in there and all that. So like he grew up in the studio.
That's dope.
How satisfying is that? Like to know that your son like your music. That's hard, bro. I think that is hard.
That's super hard.
Yeah, that's hard. Yeah.
Like if my son grew up listening to the pod, like that's gonna be hard for me.
Yeah,
Like, yo, that's
like-
my favorite episode, Dad. Like I'm be like, for
Yeah,
real.
that's super hard.
What you like about that joint?
I was talking that talk on there. That's what I like about it. I was talking that talk on there. And I make sure I ask him what you like about it. The words, the beat, or the hook was hitting. What they be like busting. He be saying all types of stuff, man.
Yeah, he tapped in like that.
He
That's
tapped in.
That's
He
what's
tapped
up.
over in.
So like, just talk to me a little bit how you got started in music.
I think as far as the writing aspect, I started writing poems first. At least I didn't know they was poems. I don't know, just picked up and just was writing. And when I used to read them, I used to see that they was unorthodox. Maybe the first line wouldn't rhyme till they get to the fourth line.
Right.
And then as I kept doing it, I was like, dang, this more like spoken word. It's more like poems. It's before I even start rapping over a beat. I think maybe the first album I ever heard was Locke's album. What is it called? We Are the Streets.
We Are the Streets. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't supposed to be listening to that album.
Definitely wasn't supposed to be listening.
I was a child. And just hearing like Jadakiss voice, I was like, who is this man with this crazy voice?
Right.
You know what I mean? And then I think at that time, who was my favorite rapper at the time? X. X is my favorite rapper.
What age are we?
I don't know, man.
Young?
Be young.
Should be listening to X.
We shouldn't be listening to that. But X was popping on the radio at the time. Stop,
Okay.
drop.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was popping on the radio, but once I dived into the album, I was like, this boy amazing. Like, he different.
Right.
Like, he different. I think that was my first favorite rapper at the time, X.
True. I took my second question. I don't know.
No, but just talk about like what were you clearly what were you trying to express in these poems or these spoken words? Like what was that like a natural outlet for you?
Yeah, natural. It was more like in the poems, I'm talking about basketball, like how I feel when I'm bringing the ball up the court.
Right.
It sounds so crazy, but we had like a writing assignment in school. I never met. I'm never gonna forget it. I went to sit I went to Turner Middle School for 1 year, 6th grade. We had a writing assignment. We had to write the poem, then say it in front of the class. And when I said it in front of the class, the English teacher was like blown away. Was like, "You really wrote that?" Like,
Right.
and then wanted to like keep me after class and was like, "You need to take this serious." I think that was my first introduction to like writing lyrics down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But being inspired by like, you know what I mean, Jadakiss and X is what really made me want to like, all right, let me find a beat. Let me try to really put something to a beat.
Like, that's
You know
dope.
what I mean?
That's hard. What you think about the sound of like hip hop changing? Like it's a lot different, even from probably like when you started making music. Like I mean, I know when you started making music, but it's different now. Like, do you feel like that like affects the way like you make music or your process, or you just do what you do?
I just do what I do. I feel like hip hop always gonna change and evolve. Look what it did from the 80s to the 90s to the 2000s. I mean, 90s it was like more like hard rap. 2000s we was like, I don't know, snapping our fingers.
Right.
Now, I mean, like now it's, I mean,
Like
it's
melodic, a lot of melodic.
melodic, auto tune. I just think I love it. Honestly, I think it's enough for everybody.
Right.
It's enough for everybody, and I love like the mashups when you would hear a Lil Uzi on a song with Fab.
Right.
Like, I love sounds like that. Like, damn, they really did something together, or like, I don't know. You would hear Wayne with Benny the Butcher.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I just like, damn, that's hard. Like
the combination of
yeah,
the two.
like I mean, honestly, I love it. Like, it's going to evolve. It's going to change again.
Right.
I think what I struggle with is the volume of like everybody has the ability to put music out. So like you can be like the wittiest rapper over here and really not be discovered. It's a problem for me.
Too much of a too
Because
abundant.
I took pride in like I think when you really into music or like movies, you take pride in finding the next best thing. It's the same thing when I was in sports. Like, who's the next best running back? Like, you
Right.
take pride in like looking at all the college games. To be like, yo, the boy from Iowa gonna be tough. Like you,
Right.
it's the same ideology. And like right now, as an adult and how music is with streaming, I have such a hard time. Like it's just too much volume. People probably say the same thing about podcasts. It's just too many. It's just so much
Right.
podcasts. Like
Oversaturated.
it's no way for me to be a fan of like 50 podcasts. It's not realistic.
It's a lot of music.
Yeah,
It's a lot of music to consume. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, Hove can drop today and then Nas drop next week and then Drake drop. I'll be like, oh my God, I can't get to all of it right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But as far as you saying like somebody really nice over here that's lyrical, I was feeling like the lyrical rappers, they really need like more of a creative angle. Like,
Right.
it's more than just music. It's a look, it's a talent, it's confidence, star power. It's more than just rapping.
You know who I think halfway did it right, and I don't know how they doing now. Like how Dre and Lucas came out, I felt like he's pretty lyrical for this time, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like the controversial videos, like he talking about being creative, like the visual was,
Right.
Yeah.
you know, like for a long time he had everybody thinking these actual people that were acting were the rappers to the song. Like it's just stuff like that. Like you know what I
Right.
mean?
That's what I mean by being creative. You gotta really be eye catching. First 15 seconds, you gotta catch the eye.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
I want to take this little interview about a whole right now. So like the inside thing right here is like we don't talk about it on the show, but Dre used to rap, bro. So can y'all talk about like how y'all know each other? Can y'all talk about like doing music together?
We used to work
We used
together.
to work together.
We used to work together.
What do y'all used
I
to work
we used to work at Pep Boys together on 41st and Market. I'm trying to even figure out how we both discovered that we both rap. I can't even.
I don't know. I feel like rappers just know. Like if you see
Right,
somebody
like, that
listen
shit
to
mean he
music,
just
they
rap.
just going like this. Oh, it look like he be rapping.
Yo, real rap.
Look like a rapper.
Because I don't think we never had no pre-conversation aside from like one day we just was in that joint playing tracks back and forth together. He had tracks on his phone, I had tracks on my phone, and it was just like it was.
Was it a mutual, like, did you feel like you was better than him, or did you feel like I could rock with him, or like?
Yeah, I feel like he was nice.
I feel like it was like a mutual respect.
Yeah, I like go he
'cause
nice.
was
I respect
more
what he
like
do.
rapping about the same type of topics.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it just was a mutual respect. Like, damn, I like what he touching on this song or whatever.
So when did the relationship evolve to like y'all actually going to record? I think it's a freestyle video, y'all all in the same thing. It was one of my favorite Dre raps.
Oh, you talking about the cipher? He put Mizzy
Is it
put
the cipher?
the cipher, John. The next up cipher. That's what he talking about.
Okay,
talking about that, John.
How did that come together?
But we recorded music before that because we did 2 tracks. We did Pound Cake, but we did
OG Bobby Jackson.
no, we did we didn't do OG.
Oh, my fault. I'm a fan.
Yeah, no. We did what's the joint off of Who Is Take Off Mizzy? I Can. We did I Can.
I did so many songs. I'm trying.
That's
like,
I know.
think,
We did I Can. That was the first joint because we did that joint over there on 50 Swing Gibbs. Was still on 56th Street.
On 56th Street.
It was just a joint. Like we just was cool. But like that's my man. We already was cool. So we just was having conversation. He like, yo, I got a joint. Once you get on it, you know what I'm saying? And we just kind of just
really built the relationship like that.
Yeah, like we was already cool. Like that was my man. So it was like it was
the next up. Cypher really happened because at this time I was putting shows together. I was tired of opening up for other people. I'm going to put my own shows together, and that was like the startup of like a promotion. I'm gonna put the Cypher together before the show. Right. You know what I'm saying, to bring some excitement and everybody be able to sell some tickets. So that's how that came about.
No, talk about that a little bit. Like, was that like? Did you feel like that marketing plan was successful?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Could you see yourself doing it again?
I stopped because I feel like I mastered that and I wanted to do something bigger. I think that's the only reason why I stopped. I might have had at least 10 of those
events.
Yeah, 10 of those events.
So what would like you scaling that look like?
Bigger venues, bigger artists, to give the more local artists a better look. Right. And weeding out the local artists that are actually good. That's rather like just start rapping and just trying to do something. Because, I mean, people feel like they could just pick up a mic and rap until they get on that stage and they froze. You know what I mean? So,
guys, what is the best Mizzy Manifest collab? What's the best track?
Pound Cake.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the freestyle we did, the Pound Cake.
Pound Cake is an easy joint. That's an easy one.
I think like put that thing on right now. That thing hit.
Pound Cake was it.
It's competitive. I'm in my Nori Joe Button bag now. who got ran on the track?
I'm gonna say not me. That's just the rapper. I mean,
yeah,
we competitive.
Of course, we're gonna say that.
Not me.
Definitely gonna.
You want to know the real deal? You gotta go listen for yourself.
Yeah. You know, gonna be the judge, man.
You know what's a good thing? We got similar subject matter. We don't rap the same. We don't sound nothing alike. Like Mizzy be in a different pocket than I be in. Like that was always why I was always captivated by his music. Like it's funny that he referenced how he was writing poetry and the rhyme, like the first line won't rhyme to like the fourth line. That's how he rap, and it always captivated me because it's like
it's like it don't rhyme, but it rhyme.
Right.
Like how
when he bring it back, it's like you be like, dang, he said that, and how you even put that together. You know what I'm saying? Like how you even know to double back to like I'm gonna rhyme this here. I'm gonna rhyme these 2 words here, but then on the 5th line, 6th line, I'm gonna bring it back to the first line. Like that's a skill to keep up with. You know what I'm saying? Like that's naturally like if I'm penning something, it's like these 4 bars here going rhyme, and I might switch it or we might stretch it to 6 bars and then.
I feel like there's a couple rappers that I feel like Freeway do that.
Right.
Free do it. Yeah.
I feel like Common do that sometimes.
Right.
Like yeah, there's a couple people. I feel like Wale do that.
Yeah, it's a skill to it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a talent to even have the cadence right to even be able to do that. But when you see us on a track together, it's cool because to me it's like I sound like me, he sound like him. And to me, like I don't really like listening to collabs where people sound the same. You know what I'm saying?
From an art standpoint, I understand that. So when you gonna tell him to get back in the booth? Like why?
I sent him something the other day. He said, "Damn, bro, this that stuff that made me want to come out of retirement."
That's a fact.
I said, I was thinking about it. He said this every time, but
He
never send me nothing back. I would just be waiting for him to send me something back. Like Yeah, I mean, it's another artist that I trade records with like that, but he had never put no music out. My man Sean Brown, he sent me like 3 records the other day. Like, this boy sound like he ain't lose a step, man.
Amazing.
He sound
I'm had to
crazy.
surprise you.
Yeah,
I'm
like
surprised you sent something
he's
through.
still a problem.
Who had the best freestyle in that cipher, yo?
What? Hey,
And then one that I
the one you like? Me,
one-
dog.
You heard him, man.
Me, cuz. Me, bro.
You heard him, man.
I always was biased because I only knew Dre. Now I gotta go look at it with different eyes and like see if you actually got smoked out.
How many rappers was in that cipher? I
It
can't
was
remember.
me, you,
Was James Allen?
James was in it. Yeah, he was J. Chrome then. He wasn't even James Allen then.
Lemonade song is my favorite James Allen song too. By the way, shout out James Allen.
Yeah, No Looking
What-
Down is my favorite James.
What project is Lemonade on?
I think it's 2 albums ago. I think it's the album about his pop.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, No Looking Down is my joint. That joint with him and Tay.
Man, he got so many tracks that I love.
Yeah, what's your man? Glock Ty.
Okay, Glock.
The other boy, tall boy, I can't even think his name now. Shit.
Next time y'all get in the booth, I'm
Dude was in it.
bro.
There's probably 6 of us, dude. The other light skinned boy looked like a poppy boy. Can't think of his name neither.
His name was Dre.
Oh, his name Dre. Yeah, I know his name. Cuz.
Yo, you don't
Both of the
know
light skinned boys, Dre, man.
Yeah, and this the skinny boy, the tall boy. He was in the beginning. I just remember in the end of his verse, he was like, "Something I'ma holler at y'all," and he bopped off the camera.
Listen, I'm putting it together right here on the show. Let's do like a 5-track EP. I'm a executive producer that John.
He gotta get out of retirement, man.
Listen, man,
that's-
it's
that's
still
the problem.
You got you got raps in that phone?
yeah. He ain't about to put me on the spot, but I got they in there.
All
He
right.
know, Move know,
Yeah,
they in
definitely
there.
raps in there. I've been trying to get in to do an EP for a long time. I was like, I deserve, as your homie, I deserve.
That's what he keeps saying.
I deserve like songs on Apple Music, bro. Like that's just where I'm at. Like
He tired of listening to all the
stop
joints
making
out
me
there.
go through my email and look at stuff from 2013.
Yeah.
All right,
you want
bro.
you want some music?
I got you, bro.
You want some
I
music?
got you, dog.
We get it back on track. My fault. We had to take that pivot because we don't ever talk about Dre the rapper.
Yo, chill, bro. You gotta chill,
Yeah.
bro. If somebody was just introduced to you as an artist, right? What's your one project you think like describe you the best? Like if you had to tell them like, yo, this is the project you need to listen to. If they just was introduced to you as an artist, what would it be?
I probably would say Commemorate.
I love that.
I would say Commemorate because
That's one of my
I
favorites.
think that's the first project where I actually told my story,
Right.
where I really started to up my storytelling and basically tell the story that I told her earlier about my mom, my stepfather, and how that happened. I would say that because that's like you really getting to know where I come from,
Yeah.
and then any other project after that because they all hard.
Commemorate might be one of my. That's definitely one of my favorites. Way Too High is on there.
Classic.
Yeah, that's Commemorate is definitely one of my joints.
Classic. Yeah.
So, what's some of your short-term goals for your career, and like where do you see yourself as an artist 2 to 3 years from now?
2 to 3 years from now, I think I know like my main thing is just lock in on what I want to contribute on what that is just motivating people and inspiring people to tap into their full potential. That's what it always been about, and that's what I'm going to be about my whole career.
That's hard.
You know what I mean? That's what I contribute to the game, honestly.
Do you feel like you have like a dream collab or feature that's out there for you?
Yeah, Wayne and Hove and me. I need both of the Carters.
Both of the Carters
I
is
need both of
crazy.
the Carters.
Both of the Carters is dope.
Yeah.
My man just aimed at the whole top of the mountain. Like, yeah, I'm gonna just take out
Listen.
the Mount Rushmore right here.
Any producers?
Pharrell.
Pharrell.
I say Pharrell.
You got a good sound for going Pharrell too.
I would say Pharrell because I feel like every time he works with somebody, he brings something out of them that they never did before,
Right.
or that they never. Like when I heard him do "All Right" with Kendrick,
Right.
I never heard Kendrick do a sound like that until he linked up with Pharrell. Or He just innovative to me.
Yeah, that's a fact. Even with Snoop, with what he did with Snoop, all his music, all his
Dropping like
music,
it's high, all that.
yeah, it's different. It's totally different than Snoop catalog.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. What upcoming projects you got coming? What you working on? What you cooking on? This where you promo. This where you tell them to go.
Look, Prove It To Yourself EP out right now in August. The sequel to that is dropping, and the next one is dropping right in the fall, in the winter. The whole clip loaded. You already know. You didn't heard like 40 tracks.
Yeah, I got them in my
So
phone.
like the whole clip is loaded. So
you got like a series going, right? A
Yeah.
series of
series to go with the whole brand and the whole message that I push.
We didn't elaborate on that, so you want to tell the people about your brand?
Yeah. So YG Collection is a clothing line I thought about in 2012. I really didn't put it in motion to, I want to say 2018, and started to stay consistent with it. And YG Collection stands for Young God, and my definition of a young God is a king. And I feel like if we was told that earlier, if our confidence was built up earlier, we'd be further along. You know what I'm saying? And if you carry yourself like a young God, you value your life. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of people right now not valuing their life, so
Right.
they treating it like it's a video game, like they can die and come back.
Right. That's a fact.
But it ain't like that. So that's what YG Collection is about. Prove It To Yourself is it's under YG Collection, and it says what it really stands for. Prove it to yourself. It's about just being committed to yourself, really tapping into your goals and not worrying about what anybody else think.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like really, really like proving it to yourself. Writing them goals down and checking them off.
True that.
You know what I mean?
I love everything about that, bro.
That's a fact. Where you think you like how you come up with like especially like how you market and brand stuff, like even like I remember like before everything was Young God. Like and then once it shifted, it was like we gonna have Young God, we gonna have clothes. I'm gonna drop an EP that's gonna be called that. Like I'm gonna put it all. We gonna have a Young God showcase. Like everything was that. And then like now, even like we would prove it to yourself. It's like Prove It To Yourself EP, clothes. How did you come up with that marketing idea to like umbrella everything like that?
I just felt like both of those ideas go together perfectly, like in the messages. And I felt like if I wanted to brand it, I had to go all the way in.
Right.
It's like no 1 foot out, no 1 foot in. You gotta go all the way in, because branding is it's an everyday thing. It's not a
Sometimes,
Right.
It's not just you just slap it on a shirt. No, you make that shirt mean something.
Right.
You make that hoodie, that garment mean something. Because anybody can go buy something, but they really buying this because it means something to them. Rather if they heard my music or not.
Right. That's a
So
fact.
that's what the branding is all about.
I feel like More Than a Dad is the same thing.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I told you because we even like you be out and they just see the shirts. They don't even know it's a pod. They just see the shirt or the hoodie say More Than a Dad. Like, oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Like,
That's a fact.
like, do you feel like that was intentional? Like, do you feel like you look for stuff like that's intentionally that could be worked in that way where it's like it just happened?
No, I think when you true to yourself and you true to your purpose, if you align with that, it's going to hit you. It's going to smack you, and you're going to be like, it's a no-brainer.
Right.
So nothing is never forced, and most of the stuff that's on the shirts is lyrics from songs.
True that.
So like,
It's all that creative stuff, bro. That's all that
Yeah,
artist stuff coming out of you. I love it. Tell our audience where they can find you, find the collection, where they can find the music. Like, just make sure you plug yourself.
yeah, you can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at Born Malcom. That's BORN MALCOLM. If you don't know how to spell Malcolm, you crazy. I'm just gonna put that out there. You can find all my music on all the streaming platforms. Malcolm Taylor, type that in, everything gonna come up.
That's a fact. All right, before you get out of here, I got some questions for you though. Because the Fast Five segment, you know what I'm saying? So,
Oh man, it sounds like it's about to get spicy.
no, it ain't spicy though. Your joint easy, mad easy. If you only could listen to one album on a road trip, what would it be?
Reasonable Doubt.
It was easy.
It's just, I feel like Hove got a line for anything you went through in life.
Yeah, that's crazy. They made me turn that off in Vegas. When we went to Vegas, we was
It
driving.
would be that, but I'm gonna give an honorable mention and say Illmatic.
You like Illmatic like that?
Love it.
Love?
Yeah.
It's not easy listening to me.
Okay. It's not my album. I ain't gonna fight it, but yeah, I'm gonna say Illmatic. You know what I mean?
Nah. What's your favorite movie?
The Wood.
What?
Yeah.
It's a good jaunt.
My second favorite movie.
That's a good jaunt. What's your pre-show routine for you about to go out and perform? What's your pre-show routine?
Say a prayer, drink some water, and take some deep breaths. Real rap.
let go, leave it to God.
Mm-hmm.
You more likely to have Ian in the studio with you or in the gym?
He been in the studio his whole life, so I'm gonna have to say studio.
Say studio.
Yeah.
True
Right
that.
now it's currently the gym because he working.
He working.
He working on what he want to work on.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
And what would be y'all dream vacation to go on, you and Ian? If you had to pick a place, where would y'all go?
Right now I'm gonna say LA because he keeps saying, "Yo, I want to see what LA is. I want to go see the Marathon store and the Nipsey mural."
Oh, he tapped in like
Yeah,
that.
he tapped in. So
How old is he?
7.
Hey, super tapped in. Yeah,
That's crazy.
7. Yeah, he'll be 8 in August.
that's what's up. Right? Listen, man, I appreciate you for coming. You know my guy. So
Yeah, man.
I appreciate you being here and doing this.
I mean, thanks for having me, man. I appreciate y'all.
That's what's up, bro.
Everybody that's listening, please hold them accountable for the collab EP. All right, if it's not EP, can I at least get 2 tracks?
Yo,
that's
we
on the
gonna
streaming platform
we'll work on it.
that I
bro.
can do repeat and put dollars in your
Listen.
pocket. Because I'll just start screaming for him.
I'll do it, bro. If he'll
Okay.
do it, I'll do it.
Yeah,
We'll
I'm
give you a
with that.
job. I'll do it, bro.
I'm
I
with that.
promise you. I'll give you my best effort.
Listen, do I got to pay for? Do you want me to go chip in on some studio time? Like what do we really need to do?
I sent them a record, open
sent-
verse. There you go.
Send me a record.
Send
This
them
is a
record.
studio, by the way.
I know, bro.
Yeah, I see.
We gonna get it done. I love that record too.
All right, it sounds like we're going to get some music, guys. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Make sure you go support him. I love the shirt. Thank you for blessing us with the shirt.
Yes, sir, bro. We appreciate you.
And I'll go support, absolutely. You already know that.
No, y'all deserve that, man. I love what y'all doing up here, man.
That's a
I
fact.
representing the dads,
He
man.
tell me all the time.
I representing the dads.
Yeah, man. We appreciate it, man.
Mm-hmm.
The support's been unbelievable. Make sure you go check out our merch as well. Click all the links in our bio.
Yes, sir.
Make sure you share with another parent, share with all the dads. And until next time.
We out.
Until next time.
Join the More Than a Dad family by following us on Instagram, subscribing to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to join our Facebook group for daily questions, motivation, dad jokes, and new dad tips. If you enjoy our podcast, please leave us a review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Be sure to like, comment, and share our content with other parents. Last but not least, make sure you check out our new merch. The link is in the bio of our Instagram as well as the description of this YouTube video. We are truly grateful and thanks for supporting More Than a Dad.
More than a dad. More than a dad.